Good evening. It is May 21st. It is the evening time, and my name is Bianca. And this episode is about the Anna Louise Inn and some of the updates of what has happened since my last episode and directly what happened today. And the name of this episode is Why Are They Trying to Cover Up what they've done? And you say, well, how are they trying to cover it up? So if you listen to my other episodes, and this is a current one on the human trafficking that is not going on, that is not only going on at the Anna Louise Inn, but several organizations and property buildings. And they want me to keep it silent. They don't want me to talk about what they're doing. And when we talk about human trafficking awareness, it's more than just a term. It's being able to pick up when you're seeing trafficking behavior. And so I want to make it general, but also talk about my personal experience, like, for example, today. So the first thing I want to talk about is, so if you're listening to me and you're listening to things that sound similar to your situation, so this is why I describe these things in hopes to, that the proper authorities are listening in on these things, but not only that, but to help someone else out so they won't feel like they're alone or isolated, because that's one thing that the people involved want you to feel. They want you to feel isolated. They want you to feel like you have no support. And, if you listen to my other episodes, how me and my daughter got human trafficked by a lifeguard by the name of Zach and several others, Tyler Cook, Glenda Harris, Bridget Werner Behrman, Tommy. They work as a group with lawyers and judges to be able to illegally do this. And when we talk about illegal protection, because a lot of these things and activities that I'm going to be describing sounds absurd, but when you have cops and when you have sheriffs in your back pocket helping you commit crimes, you can pay people like Beth, Vianne, Gordon, Evan to set up cameras in tenants' homes. And, that's where it becomes difficult for females to reach out to the police or to law enforcement because I would say 8 to 9 times out of 10, it takes law enforcement to be involved to successfully run human trafficking in a hidden way, underground, undetected. It takes law enforcement to be involved. So that's why it's so hard for women to speak out and just call the cops. But anywho, one of the things that you may notice is that there's a lot of trafficking around your door. They oftentimes pay your neighbors. They pay your side neighbors. The neighbors, I don't have, at this apartment, I don't have neighbors living underneath me. That's a good thing. But, there's neighbors over top of me. The people from the YMCA organization are trying to keep quiet about the inheritance theft that they forged my signature and what they did to my daughter. Their lifeguard by the name of Zach, he assaulted my daughter, and I don't even know if she's still alive. And they set this up with the Cincinnati police so that they could human traffic me in hopes to get rid of me or have me incarcerated so that they can live with this stolen money. But I don't want to get off subject, but so that was the purpose for why they're doing it. So it's like, because I'm a person, I don't bother anybody. I don't make drama. I'm a very to myself person. And what's happening is there are people that are getting paid at the Anna Louise Inn to directly attack me, and not only the tenants, but the employees themselves. And the reason why the employees are doing little slick, sly, passive aggressive things is because they're trying to get me in trouble, because people like Vianne and Beth and Gordon, they want to hide what they've done already. So let's go back to that noise. So one of the things that you may notice is that there's an excessive amount of noise around your apartment, or the neighbors are making noise around your door, more so than an average building, a residential building would run. Another thing is you'll notice just a lot of stalking behavior and a lot of bow guarding behavior. Like, for example, Denise is one of their tenants, and I'm in my apartment minding my own business. Now, one thing that human traffickers like to do is they like to be in your face, and they know they're sexually assaulting you by watching you in your home. So they like to try to reach out for a hug. So that's why you have to watch out. That's why you have to watch out, and it takes a special trained eye, because why would a person try to push someone off for just giving them a hug? No, it's maybe because the person knows that this person is exploiting them around them, and so they're trying to reach for a hug, being funny. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're in that type of situation, and so why would people come up to your door and they know they're violating your human rights, basically? So, to get back on task at point, what we're talking about is, I'm in my home. It's approximately 12:30 today. In the afternoon, I get a knock at the door, and it's Denise harassing me at my door. You know what I'm saying? And this is very unwelcome behavior, especially, her with her carts, trying to shove the cart into me at the elevators and whatnot. Just passive aggressive behavior that just looks like she's just minding her own business, but it's organized crime. Okay, and so then I want to talk about a situation that happened approximately maybe 4 o'clock p.m. I was on my way downstairs, and I took the elevator from my apartment, and I came downstairs, and at the elevator was Vianne, Beth, and two white men. And it wasn't like they were just standing there. They were standing there surrounding the entranceway to get off the elevator. Not only were they standing there, but they wasn't moving. Not only were they standing there, but they wasn't getting on the elevator. And I had to ask them, like, excuse me, can I get past? Like, it was really, really weird. And so something like that seems normal. It could look normal, but if you look into it closer, this is the type of behavior. And I don't even know if those men were contractors, They looked like they were contractors, but I don't know. They might have been Cincinnati police dressed up in contract plumbing, because that's the type of vibe I got from these two males. They had on uniforms such as a technician to work on the building. So they didn't have on cop. Uniform, but they gave me cop vibe. And Vianne and Beth tried to set something up at the elevator with these two white males. And so this is the time, and the reason why Vianne and Beth tried to do that is because they know they're guilty of what I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm going to keep speaking out about it. And I encourage other people, other women, other children, if you know you're going through an abusive situation, never be afraid to speak out about it. If people don't like what you have to say, they shouldn't have done it in the first place. That's my motto. I hope I've said something that could encourage someone. If you know someone that could listen to these messages, don't be afraid to hit the like and share button. And I just want to say I appreciate all my listeners. It's not about the amount of people that listen to me. It's who's listening, okay? That's more important to me. Look, it's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to my next episode. Hopefully you do too. Take care. God bless and peace.